her expectations of a lot of things just was unrealistic, to say the least. You sure? You sure about that? I mean, does she? But does she? But does she? Did she carry herself right as somebody that's already taken, or does she carry like your niece is definitely a Gen Zer? You know what I mean? Or earlier. Oh, camera, what the fuck you doing? Um, and they have this thing where they feel like they can dress and act the way that they want to act. You know what I mean? Without any kind of consequences. So is she carrying herself like she has somebody, and people don't know how to fucking take it? Is she being flirtatious? I don't know. Maybe she's awkward, and you know, people trying to start up a conversation. I don't know these things. All I know is that most women are very awkward when it comes to interaction. That's what I do know. They don't know how to have a regular interaction, and then kind of like the guys. It's like it's almost the guy's fault, for not interpreting their weird behavior. Yeah, because they don't know how to interact. So it's like, see, before you even go on, that's the silliness, right? I don't know what they want. What do you mean you don't know what they want? Uh, no, I know, but no, I know you don't. But a lot of women says that. I don't know. Like, of course they're trying to fucking, spit game at you. They'd be the same. They'd be the same chicks that be like, um, I just want to be, what do you call it? I mean, I think that I think I can be friends with a man, and we all know that's not possible. So, so your angle is men don't know what they're doing, and that's what you're sticking to. I don't believe that. Nah. I feel like this is what's happening, right? Because men can pick up signals from women too, and I feel like women deliberately mislead men as a defense mechanism. We pretend, deny, and then you figure out later on that they did like you, but then they're acting like a stink bitch the whole time, or they're acting like naive. That's that's what I believe is going on, and it's kind of hard to try to pinpoint what exactly they're looking for. You've dealt with this many times, where a girl would sit there and act like she's interested, or I'm sorry, yeah, act like she's interested. Give her your number, give give you her number, right? And they ghost you. Or that one situation with Brooke, she pretended to actually had not have a dude, and and she had a fucking dude the whole time. That's not fair either. And you're saying that it's the man's fault because they're sending out mixed signals. That's not fair for them. They're doing it on purpose. I would like to know the interaction that your niece is referring to. You know what I mean? Like, so she's just doing her own thing, and somebody just walks up to her. Like, what is the story? And, and so what? Okay, before you even go on, how does she tell you the story? Some guys are coming up to me. So how does she say? How does she say or sound? How does she? What does she say exactly? Without trying to consolidate it for her. What did she say exactly to you? Like, how does she present the situation? So she's one of those people that say that, oh my God, toxic masculinity. He may beat me to fuck up because I say no, but it never happened. But she still thinks that way. Ridiculous. What aggressive? What aggression is she referring to? And of course, she didn't go into detail. Well, because women say that they want that, and then they say that they don't want it when they're already taken or whatever the fucking case is. So to me, it's not your niece that's the problem. It's just new age modern woman thinking that irritates the hell out of me because it makes them like a victim, and a lot of this shit is self inflicted. I'm gonna act really nice to him, and then it makes them feel like they have some sort of a chance, and then she runs around and says that they're too aggressive. Just like the one girl in Tampa, you know what I mean? She got butt hurt and then fucking called the bouncers on you. You know what I mean? Because she said that you were acting like eventually you were acting weird. Like I don't get it. I don't think they're women are full on adults. You know what I mean? So to me, uh, Yeah, but here's the thing, right? When it comes to shit like that, when they say that the guy is being overly aggressive, it's because they don't know how to fucking communicate, right? Sometimes they act shitty. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you, and it pisses people off. You know what I mean? And on top of it, they wear like fucking scantily clad shit. You know what I mean? And regardless of what women say, that's fucking it's invitation to say that I'm available. It ain't that fucking hot for you to wear fucking hoochie mama shorts. You know, now I feel like the interaction because I'm looking at myself, right? I feel like the interaction, right? I'll put it this way: I can go up to you or anybody else and have a normal fucking conversation, right? And you will reciprocate that conversation, easy. Hey, do you know what the time is? Oh shit, hold on, let me check my phone real quick. Oh, it's this. I do this shit all the time at the beach where I'm like, you know, I, why do you go to the beach? I'll ask somebody that. I don't want to bother you or anything like that, but I'm kind of bored and whatever. I just want to ask you a really quick question. And maybe it's because I don't want anything out of it, right? But I was like, why do you go to the beach or whatever the case is? And then they'd be like, well, you know, I go to the beach for, you know, whatever the case is. You can start a conversation. Even if you go and speak to somebody, right? Um, you can speak to somebody, right, at the game store, right, GameStop, right? And you can have like conversations with the games. Oh, are you picking up Grand Theft Auto? You haven't waited for that game for a while. Or are you picking up Resident Evil 4 or whatever it is, whatever the games was back in the day when they had the shit. And you can spark up conversations. But then look at how women act on dating apps. They don't even know how to have a conversation at all. They don't know how to hold a conversation. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't start a conversation. You know what I mean? The woman's existence is to give mixed fucking signals so they can feel like they have some sort of semblance of control of the situation. If he doesn't know that I like him, then he won't know that he has power over me or some other bullshit that they make up in their head. Because when they do it, they get punished for it. That's why. Yeah, yeah. And I say this right now. I'm pretty intuitive. When I'm sensing that they don't want to be bothered, I'll end the conversation. You know what I mean? I don't have time for that shit. Most women act like that girl at that bar on a constant basis, at least where I was at. On a constant basis. The one where he kicked you out because she was acting like a pure bitch. You know, hmm they like their mood is shitty. You know what I mean? Off rip, you miserable. You know what I mean? Or you're super defensive, and it's like now I gotta tiptoe around shit because you feel uncomfortable off rip. But you deal with it. I'm sure you have to navigate it carefully. Instead of having a regular conversation, they already think that you're a fucking predator, and it's really modern women and it's younger modern women on top of it because they're too steeped into social media where they really do believe that shit. Where when men are fucking predators, And they're like, how come guys just can't really be friends? Like, I don't understand why. Because you're fucking boring. That's why. You don't do anything but just stay on social media. So you leave me no choice. We can't talk about anything regular because you lame. I see this with black women all the time. What is he talking about? Like, I don't understand. Like, 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 why are you trying to talk? Like, we just had this conversation earlier, right? Where, you know, you got to walk on fucking eggshells with them. You got to be very careful about what you say, not because of the sexual thing, but you any little thing they'll be turned off and they won't even respond to you anymore. They always think that somebody's trying to date them or whatever the case is. And to be honest with you, we are. That's fucking the facts of life. That's what we're there for. We are. We're not trying to fucking, we're not trying to hang out and go bowling just to go fucking bowling. We're trying to fuck. That's what we designed to do. I told my aunt, that is, what is she? I'm 39, and she's 7 years older than me. She's fucking 46 years old, and she was 45 years old talking about some men and women can, in fact, be friends. What the fuck are you talking about? You believe that shit, and you're almost half of a fucking century old. Are you fucking kidding me? Why do you think he's being nice to you? So when your niece walks around, probably dressing like with normal fucking 20-year-olds dressed like, it kind of looks like you're inviting, or you look like you're free to be talked to. You're advertising essentially. Okay, cool. Now you're advertising, and then you don't even seem like, you know what I'm saying, that you really. I should upgrade my shit. You don't even seem like you have a nigga, and she could just say that. Why don't she ever say that? How often is the question. That's what she says. But the guys are probably going to go up to her or whatever. And then most women, a lot of these women cheat too. So like that's another thing, as well. That don't mean you fuck with girls with niggas. You know. So it's like, okay, cool. If that's the case, right? If that's the precedent that they're setting, that they really don't give a fuck, even if they have a fucking nigga, okay. Well, I'm not like that. The right man will make you do that. Stronger combo. Fuck that. Not even worth it. It just is extremely frustrating. You know, when you hear this shit, I told them, and you know what I mean, and of course play the victim. We don't even know what she does, truthfully, to be honest with you. She says that, but we don't know how often. She may have said it once out of 10 times. You know, we don't know. Maybe. Who's to say that she does? Or doesn't? You don't know. But one thing is for sure, getting the focus off of your niece. Women don't know how to communicate, and she could just simply, easily say, "Hey, you know, hey, like, what did she say to the guy? Say that's the funny thing. Instead of saying creep or whatever the case is, they have to be saying something specific. You know what I mean? They were hyper aggressive. Well, notice what you just said, right? When she says that she wasn't interested, right? They kept trying to talk to her. Does that sound like she said I have a boyfriend, or does it sound like I'm not interested? I don't believe this happened, bro. I don't. I don't believe it happened. I know. I don't believe her story. I don't believe it. It's just no different from people that say wild shit on social media. I just got punched in the face. This is why we have toxic masculinity. I really don't believe her. I don't believe her. I don't believe her. I know you do. Nor does the people online have a reason to lie about a lot of the things that they do, but yet we're here. There's one thing that could happen too. Some people can be like super deluded and really be thinking something is going on when it really isn't. Based off of the interactions that I saw from her, is that she can kind of be selfish and not give a fuck about anything else except for what she wants. Well, from what I saw, hey, people gave her shit. Well, I guess it's the best you can do. That's not what you say. That's not even cool to say anything like that. And then have you running all the way around to help her out because she feels like, oh well, I have to go to college anyway. So you should be doing this as my relative, as my uncle. You should be doing it. Like that type of well, she probably is not aware that it sounds like that, and it is that. She had you running around. She had you running around. She had people buying her pots and pans and shit like that. She wanted you to go all over the place, and you're telling her like, "Listen, I got this. I know, but I still need this. Are you sure you can't do this?" And it's like it's literally the opposite. It is lack of self-awareness that allowed that to happen. So why did she do it? Why did she care about what you were doing for that day? No, you told her to go. You told her that you were going to go somewhere specific. And then why did she say, um, hmm and on top of it, she wanted these specific brands that were way more expensive than off-brand shit. 'Brand. Shit. 'Cause. 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 and then ran out of money, and she's like, well, okay. It's your family, so it's gonna be hard for you to see that shit. But personally, I saw that shit outside from what I can see. Even if like reading the room is a big thing. You know, you have your uncle with his friend in the car, and you're like, well, fuck all that. You still told me that. Oh well, so I gotta get lugged around with her chores, and didn't even think twice about that. So it's like you didn't even think twice about like, okay, cool. Or maybe he wants to hang out with his fucking friend. Maybe that. No, I don't give a fuck. You told me you want to do it. You want to do it regardless. That's an expectation that is unrealistic. Right? It doesn't matter. She's an adult. She still can understand and read the room. She could have been like, oh shit, I didn't know. She could have been like, are you sure you know you can do this or whatever the case is? She didn't care. Like most women, they don't care about anybody else. They don't care. That goes for my family and everybody else. They simply don't care. Okay. Sound like it. So what did she do for you that was so caring, or what did she do in general that was so caring, that was self-sacrificing, that you can substantiate your claim? What did she do that you know so well that she's not like that? What are the examples that prove that? Because none of that happened when I was there. That considerate stuff that you're talking about, none of that happened. But she did ask you. She didn't. She ask you for money? Oh, okay. Mhm. And that was maybe that's where it's coming from. But because women do that. Women will sit there and they create that culture amongst each other. It happens all the time, you know. But from what I can see, maybe that she's not intrinsically like that, or she's learning it from somewhere. Because everything that you told me that she was, none of that shit happened when I was there. She didn't read the room. I didn't want to really be lugged around like that either. I thought it was going to be quick to the point where I was like, damn, how many chores is this? It was going to take all day to do. And then she didn't even think about it was going to take all day to do. She didn't care. Give me the money and then lead me all the way around. I know, but she also knew that I was there from another place to visit you. There's no way to go around that. There's no way to go around it. It does. You can't take that away from. You cannot take that away from her. You say that she is self-aware and that she's not selfish, and none of that happened. Regardless of what it was, you said that she can read the room. She didn't read the room, or nor does she care. Not only Not only that, like take me out of it, right? Like take me out of it, right? She's still asking you for money, and basically was like, well, listen, like you're my uncle, you got to do it anyway. I got to go to school. If you care about me, do it. She didn't care about your financial well-being. You couldn't give a fuck. Like most women, that's how they are. Well, I haven't heard of any example saying that she's not. That's the thing. You just telling me to trust me, bro. She's not like that. Well, what difference does it make? Because you're trying to make a point about, women being like, like I said, I don't believe, right, that. Hmm? Well, I mean, this is coming from somebody that was fucking with that, what's that one girl? I mean, all due respect, I don't think you have the best judgment when it comes to women. She she go to college, she's gonna for sure change. They all do. Well, that's one thing too. Gotta give her credit on that one. But I mean, just because somebody is, you know, um, doesn't have certain traits, doesn't necessarily mean that it's that much of an improvement over shitty behavior. Or she's much better than the other. I mean, she's better than the other woman by how much? A tick? You know? Like for me, like I will say this, for the aunt that I was telling you about, she's a very self-sufficient woman. She relies on herself. She's not as emotional, right? So she's definitely like not like a lot of women. But I tell you this, she can hold one hell of a fucking grudge, and on top of it, she has no emotion. She just tries to see what she can get out of everybody, and that's not good either. Although she's not like a lot of women, she's really just, well, what can you do for me, you know? And the fact that she's 46 years old and still don't fucking get it, it doesn't bode well for many women. Society is telling women that they can be whatever. My whole point is this, right? Because I don't want to make it personal, and it's not. It's not. All I can do is base what I've seen in the interaction, and it just is counter what everything that you said. And you saying, I know that was a bad look, but I bet you if I visited there again and I interacted with her, it'll probably happen again. That's how I feel. Now, whether it happens again or not, it doesn't explain what you're telling me based off of, it doesn't explain what you're telling me and what actually happened that night. That day. None of that, it is what it is. I know, but you're taking as a man does, you taking the blame for it, and you shouldn't. No, you're taking the blame for her because you're absolving her from everything that she did and saying that she shouldn't be in that situation. I know, and there's a respect thing. That's the whole thing. Because whoever you are around, because I can guarantee you, her boyfriend, I'm sure you wouldn't treat him like a piece of shit and not give a fuck. Because you know why? Oh, you want to know why? She likes her. She likes him well enough. You have to have a reason why you like him. Even your mom. Even she had can sense things. So, no, she. It's not that she treated me like a piece of shit. Treating me like I wasn't there. That's what she did. I'm irritated at the fact that you're covering for poor behavior. That's what I'm irritated with. You have every excuse in the book to allow that to happen. You're basically blaming yourself for the situation. But she's a full-on autonomous adult. That could be like, oops. I mean, I get it. Maybe, do you want to do it another time or whatever the case is, or you want to do it a little bit later? No, she wanted it done now. And she took forever in the store, and she wanted to sit there and shop for different things or look at different things. Like I've witnessed the whole thing. No, I saw it. She did cut it short. And part of the reason why she cut it short is because of one of the things I was saying. Uh, but it was more like I was like I remember mentioning the situation to her. I mean to you, you know, about doing the chores or whatever the case is. I remember mentioning that. And I don't know if she ended up getting that picture or whatever the case is. But it was like, the point is, right, is that I feel like women are deluded nowadays. That's the point that I feel like. They're absolutely deluded. And they think that everybody's out to get them. And they think that, what she's telling you, and it's not like it's not like it's a lie. She could really believe that shit. You already know there's a lot of women out there to be like, oh, he was hitting on me. No, the fuck I wasn't. I just held the door open for you. That's all I did. Because you know what I mean? But in her eyes, oh, he was really trying to get me. And you see it all the time with the whole gym videos. Oh, he's looking at me. And some of these bitches really believe that shit. He's looking at me. We don't know what it was that was going on with your niece. I have no idea. Unless you were there, and I don't think and I don't think that she is saying what she's saying out of malice, but the very fact that she's saying, "Oh, I could have been in danger." Well, then you know what? Why don't you just lock yourself up in the fucking house and never go outside? Why don't you do that? You know what I mean? If you feel like if it's that bad, like men are that fucking toxic, unless it's the guy that she's with, why don't you just stay indoors? It's ridiculous to me. Even that one girl, she was deluded. The one that I just came from, she thought that we were going to kidnap her. Why did she have to fucking lie? She didn't have to lie. She believed it. It doesn't matter though. That's how easy it is for the sisterhood to tell some deluded ass fucking story. And the old bitch, right, was facilitating most of that shit. Why? Because somebody probably was paying attention to her dry ass. And then the fucking Asian bitch was fucking, or whatever the fuck she is, was also jealous. But the fact of the matter is, she believed it. The black girl literally walked up to us and her whole mentality changed based off of somebody else's fucking stance. So who's to say that your niece is sitting there, okay, well, you know, they went up to me and I felt threatened and they were constantly going up to me and I was like, I got a man, I got a man. How do we know that she wasn't bitchy with it? She could have been annoyed at the fact that she was, I'm sorry, what? And people were like, what the fuck is your problem? Just like you said that, what you call that, those two girls again? A stinking bitch? You know, fucking funky bitches. Because their attitude was so potent. And you have to ask the question, what is your problem? What is your problem? It's not, I promise you, it's no dig to your family. It's not. It's just, I don't understand why women keep saying that shit. I don't think that they have the proclivity to actually fucking have a conversation. And not think too much of it. I guarantee you, most girls think that you're trying to get something from them instantly. No, but they act like they're in a world, right, where men and women could live without any sexual fucking tension in between each other. In their head, they think that you should be able to have a conversation and a relationship without having a sexual thing. We're meant to procreate. So yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? Guess what? They will fucking absolutely love when the guy that they want approached them. They will love that. And he can be as aggressive, just as aggressive as he wants. There's only when it's an ugly dude or somebody that they're not interested in, that's when it becomes harassment. And if they're really deluded, it could be like they held the door open for him, or maybe she dropped something, and they picked it up and put it in her hand. He was just trying to find any excuse to talk to me, and I was like, what are you doing exactly? It's just, I don't know. This modern women are very irritating. I fucking hate the fact that you can't have a conversation. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm rambling. Say it again. It's a what? Like, why do we have to strategize the way that we do? We had a fucking conversation today for like an hour. You feel me? Right? A fucking hour about women behavior. We were just trying to find, improve our game essentially, you know. And it's like it shouldn't even have to be that difficult. You know, we should be able to be like, hey, I saw you over there. I thought you were really attractive. Hey, you want to get a bite or whatever the case is. Should be that easy. And she could be like, oh no, I really appreciate it and everything like that, but I do have a man. They could even say something. She was really trying to be nice. They were like, listen, I do have a man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if I didn't, but I'm loyal. If I didn't, you know what I mean? You're very sweet. You're very kind. And call it a day. You think that, huh? What? Mm-mm. But then again, I don't really have women telling me that they have a man either. So I have situations where where you already saw that shit, just flat out lie, and then ghost you, so you never know what the fuck they were, what was the reason. I've even had situations where the girl act like she wasn't interested, and it turned out she was the whole fucking time. There was this girl in high school, right? Her name is Hillary, right? And I remember Hillary used to really just be like that manager at your job, right? She used to just always find excuses to just almost clown me or humiliate me. It's like I was always too dumb. Oh my gosh, Josh, why are you putting your hand up again? We just want to leave class, right? And I walked away from that situation like, what the fuck is her problem? You know? Graduated high school, didn't pay her no mind. We didn't have any classes like that together, right? I saw her about maybe 7 years after high school, right? And she was like, oh my God, is that Josh? I was like, Hillary, she was with a dude, right? She was like, yeah, how are you? She hugged me, right? She was like, I always had a crush on you in high school. What the fuck? You know? You said what now? And she said that shit in front of her husband too. You know that one situation where I was at the what do you call it? I was at the you know, that party, right? I'm gonna stop streaming actually.